What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you another video in my must gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I also have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all of the items that I discussed in this video, and certainly not least all of the Instagram pages I follow to get this makeup knowledge. This makeup look I did record. I actually did 2 videos to create this look. I did one for a bronzer hunt and then the other is on this eye look, so do stay tuned. The eye look should be coming up, so this is going up Sunday. If I can find the time to record again tomorrow, this eye look will be going up this week definitively, Wednesday if not Friday. So I will be doing a 3 looks 1 palette, and just in case if you're interested, it is with the Caladios Flower Punk palette. I also did apparently get my Alien Cosmetics order, but I didn't get it at the same time, so I need to figure that out, but I'm not really pressed. I'll figure out where that is and I'll get it. So that's pretty much all it is to it. If you're interested in hearing about my opinions when it comes to predominantly indie brands and their makeup and how it will work on somebody of my complexion, stay tuned. I would love to see it if you guys subscribe and like this video after you watch it, and if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, thumbs it down. Either way, I'm okay with it, and yeah, let's just get started. So today is Saturday, late Saturday. It's about 3:30 or so on Saturday. You know, how many times am I going to say that? And I just had the time. A lot of things have been going on, so I needed to find the time to record. I also needed to do my hair. It was a necessity. My hair was getting real mess. It was getting a mess, but my hair, my hair journey is doing well, I think. So I'm really happy about that. And I got to figure out where I stopped talking last week. It's here. So what I'm going to do is scoot over. Let's scoot over in front of here. Yeah. Let me peek. Okay, so you guys can still see my one menu right there. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with, I think, low-key a banger, and this is the, oh wait, any makeup news. I am still debating if I am gonna be picking up a Pat McGrath blush. I've watched the 2 videos to date that have been published. I am still very intrigued, and I like that she did bundles. So there's like bundles where you can get 3 blushes, and she's even on top of that giving you 10% off, and the bundles give you a discount as well. I really like that, I really do. But I know in my heart of hearts I don't need 3 new powder blushes. Like I just don't need it. But I'm just really intrigued by all of the colors in one of those bundles. It's like the more vivid one, the dark 3. Those are the ones I really want. We'll see how the cookie crumbles. There are quite a few things going on, as always, that like I need to work on. So we'll see. But I will let you guys know if I do pick it up, probably next week. This week, makeup purchasing wise, I didn't pick up anything. Yeah, I did not pick up any makeup this week. So yeah, okay, so the Franken Slay palette has been released by Fatal Beauty LLC, and I actually like this. I like this little 6-pan. I like the color arrangement. I think they're all really nice. I think they all kind of have their reason for being in here, and I appreciate it. There also seems to be, okay, so there's 6 mattes and then 1 translucent pressed glitter. If that was not a pressed glitter, I probably would have tried to kind of talk myself into getting this. As I've told you guys quite a few times now, I don't really get a lot of use out of these small palettes. We're not going to look at the fact that I've bought some from Juvia's Place. We're just gonna keep going on it, okay? I don't get a lot of use out of these, but I really do like the color scheme. I like the brights, I like the depth. It's cute, but it's not something that I'm gonna pick up. Then we have something from Benefit that I don't get why they're coming out with it. So this is a Hoola Contourist face palette. They have all 4 shades of their Hoola bronzer in this palette. I appreciate that they did not do the bulky packaging, and if you have not actually like depackaged your Hoola, the actual palette or the actual pan is actually quite thin, so it makes perfect sense why they were able to get this packaging a lot smaller. This type of product makes a lot of sense for somebody who is a makeup artist who is working on multiple different people's complexions. Typically people can tan and, you know, untan or go back to their normal shade in the winter and the fallish time, and then spring and summer is really when they tan. So generally people go between two different shades, and like if you look at a lot of people's foundations, the higher up Buddha gurus, they have like two foundation shades for like their favorite foundations, because they always want to be able to wear it regardless of their depth or whatever of their skin tone. That, okay, fine. Having a duo, okay, fine. But this quad, for the people that Benefit typically is trying to get to be their consumers, does not make sense. Benefit is not a brand that is really marketing themselves to makeup artists, so it truly does not make sense. I don't know anybody that can use all four of these shades for their actual purpose, being as bronzers. So I'm clearly not getting it. I do have the Hula Toasted, and I did actually package it, and yeah, I like it. It's cute. Actually, it's probably one of the bronzers that eventually I will be panning. I just really want to finish up the bronzer that I'm currently panning, and if you have not seen my Project Pan playlist, I will have it up there. The next products I actually already have, and this is the Caladios Flower Punk collection. So I took the time to really talk to myself, right? I needed to say, sis, what is it you're actually going to get use out of it? What is it that you actually want? I already knew that I wanted the palette. That was something I had to get. In case you're wondering, this is kind of how the palette comes. It comes in like this type of interesting card box container or whatever, and you open it up this way and it just kind of delivers the palette underneath. The palette is a very interesting packaging, very unique, and very different for Caladios. This top is mirrored, but it's like a mirror with like a sticker, but not a sticker that you can like peel off. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like, yeah, it's a mirror with like things in it, whatever. And then you can like slide this, because there are magnets in the mirror top, and then you can slide it so it like sticks like that, or it's like hiding certain parts. You can do whatever you really want with this palette. I've already started my 3 looks 1 palette. Like I said, this is the second look on my eye. I will be doing the third look probably tomorrow to get that video up this week, so that the day you guys are watching it, I'll probably be recording my last look. I think this is a really nice palette, and I am so far very happy with it. I do want to do a little bit more, test it out a little bit more before I give my full-on review, but I will be giving a full-on review soon, hopefully. We'll see. That said, there also were lip products in this collection, and you haven't seen it yet, but I've already started to prep for my declutter, and quite a bit of my lip products were expired. They smelled bad, they smelled suspect, and a lot of those products were shades that I'm not really reaching for anymore, which makes sense. I mean, I've had quite a bit of this makeup, specifically the lip products, going on 5 to 6 years now, so it makes sense that they're going expired, and yeah, whatever. But my lip product comfort level, or just like the products that I typically put on my lips, it's definitely changed. I used to wear like a bright vivid purple as like my everyday nude. That's not happening anymore. I'm definitely actually wearing brownie nudes now. So a lot of those kind of unique colors have expired on me, and I just did not want to bring in more when obviously I still have quite a bit of lip products that eventually will be expiring as well. So I'm really trying not to pick up any lip products. I don't think I've picked up any this year. Yes, I have. I picked some up from Odin's Eye. I picked up some like lip creams and stuff, but those are all I believe that I picked up this year, and I'm really trying to just not add to that level, and just use what I have. Just continue to Project Pan. I have all 3 of my Project Pan lip products on today. I'm really enjoying the coloring. We're good to go. So yeah, long story short, this is the only thing I picked up from the collection, and I'm happy with it thus far. we'll see if I feel the need to go back and pick up anything else. But honestly, there are other brands that are in the US where I don't have to pay the price of shipping, because their shipping is quite the chore for me to kind of swallow. And so I just know. Lethal Cosmetics. So by the time you guys have seen this, their latest launch has launched, and it is called their Rights collection. So they're coming out with 3 6-pan eyeshadow palettes and then 4 new pot liners. So once again, I don't get a lot of use out of these smaller curated palettes, and none of them are really screaming to me. I think the greeny blue yellow one is cute, but it's not really screaming to me. I'm sure I can get similar looks with this palette, with the Melt Cosmetics palettes that I created, and other palettes that I like custom created. So I just don't feel the need to pick this up. That said, I really do want to try Lethal, but just not right now. I feel like I have quite a bit of eyeshadow. I'm enjoying all the palettes that I picked up this year. I am enjoying the palettes that I kind of Frankensteined. Once again, I'll have that up in the cards for you guys. And so I just don't feel the need to continue to buy things that like I know I can create. Maybe if it's different texture, different formula, something like that. But like I know I can create the looks from this 6-pan, and I know I won't get a lot of use out of it. So it just does not. It's not a smart investment of my money to pick this up. The gel pots, I think some of the shades are really, really nice. I think some of the shades in their previous launches have been nice as well. I've heard nothing but great things about these launches, but since I haven't tried them and I don't reach for gel pots a lot, I am just gonna go ahead and pass overall. And yeah, that's how that cookie crumbled. So Glamlight showed their red velvet cupcake palette, and it has launched as of yesterday when I'm filming. It was only $25, and I think it's cute, but it's not what I really wanted. For it to be called the Red Velvet palette, there's literally only one red, and I mean, I don't know. I was just expecting and hoping for something a lot different than what we were provided here. And like I said, somewhere in this area is my Alien Cosmetics Strawberry Milk palette, which has reds, pinks, and greens from what I remember, and I just really enjoyed that color scheme a lot more than this one. Not saying reds and purples don't go and that I would not enjoy it, but like right now I'm already testing out this Caladius one. I have that other palette somewhere, so I need to find it so I can test it out and do a review. So that's already 2 palettes that I potentially will be trying to review in 1 month, well, in a month and a half amount of time. And just with the amount of palettes that I previously was bringing into my collection, I just liked how it was like a palette a month, if that I was reviewing. Otherwise, I was just going through my collection using what I already have, and I've just really been enjoying that. Don't get me wrong, I see some things and I'm like, ooh, pretty, i.e. all of Pat McGrath's latest collection. Thank you, Kinky Sweat. But overall, I've been able to kind of talk myself out of it or push it away and say, you know, maybe later. And so this is something that maybe later. It's still not something to really get me to push and actually purchase from Glamlight, because I still have not bought from the brand, even though there have been some products that here or there I've been kind of interested in. I've already talked about this, but let's just talk about it, because the last palette that I suspected had not been fully shown was fully shown now. This is the Urban Decay and Prince collection. So I saw everything and I talked about everything except for the palette on the top right corner, where you have the pinks and the blues. So I was watching, who was I watching? I was watching Jessica Nyquist, and she was talking about how like she realized that the collection would be perfect for somebody who wants to create looks that Prince himself wore, but not perfect for people who are Prince fans and like want things to be kind of showing his aesthetic and his vibes through this collection. And so maybe now I understand more, not maybe, I now understand why I was so annoyed with the collection. And yeah, I mean, the other palette, they're purples, but like they're like those neutral friendly purples, not like purple, you know what I mean? And it's not something that I'm really reaching for. It's not something that like I saw and I was like, yes, that was not what this collection was, nor this particular palette. So I'm just going to continue to pass. I don't think any of this is going to really be flying off the shelves if I'm going to have to guess. Honestly, I can see all of this being in like Nordstrom Rack on sale, if not on sale at Ulta or on Sephora. I mean, the quality may be good, who knows, but like it just, although the swatches on that guy's hand does not look the best. Either way, it's just not something that I'm interested in, so I'm just going to easily pass. Lamar Cosmetics is coming out with lip balms, but they look to be they are liquid lip balms. So pretty much think of like a lip gloss, but like I guess more moisturizing and more hydrating. So you can get one of them for $15 or you can get the whole bundle for $50. I think it's interesting that it's a liquid form of a balm, and somebody swatched this. Unfortunately, there's no credit on the arm of who swatched it, but there is a darker person, darker complexion, and they swatched off 4 of the lip glosses or the lip balms, and they pretty much all look the same. There's pretty much no difference. So I think just kind of go with something that you think you would just want that like undertone, and not necessarily that shade, because it doesn't look like you're going to get that shade on your lips, but maybe just a more of an undertone. Overall, it's just going to be a pass for me. I just, once again, I don't need any more lip products, and if I really want something that's more of a balm, I still have my Fenty gloss bomb stick or whatever they were called. I have that, and I've actually been itching low-key lately to reach for that. I've been trying to not do it and really stick with my Project Pan products, but that might be coming in some form of project soon because I'm really excited and I really want to get more use out of that product. So Colourpop has also come out with a new collection for their summer, and it is called this So Very Lovely collection. They have an eyeshadow palette, super shock blushes, lipsticks, or the lippy sticks, I'm sorry, and gel pencils. So the lip products, once again, no, I'm not interested. And then that leaves 2 products, the blushes and the eyeshadow palette. I will say, right, that one corally blush looks beautiful. I do have a super shock blush from Colourpop and I really do enjoy it. I don't use it often, but I do enjoy it. I love the formula, and when I put it on, I remember instantly why I enjoy that formulation. I would just get that more corally one. It looks more matte. The other 2 look like they would be a little too light, although they probably would be really good highlighters, but I'm not really in like a mood to keep buying additional highlighters. It's just not where I'm at right now. I'm really into blush and bronzers. As for the eyeshadow palette, I think it's cute. It's different. It's different types of neutrals for Colourpop, but it's not something for me. As I've said time and time again at this point, I'm just kind of over Colourpop, and I just don't feel the need to pick up anything that they release, so I'm not going to. Alrighty, then we have more from Fatal Beauty LLC. It looks like they also came out with this product in that same collection that I talked about earlier. So this is the Demon Diva palette, another 6-pan, and I don't have more information to see what specifically, but it looks like there are some mattes and maybe a metallic and maybe another glitter. I think this is just an interesting color scheme. It's not anything revolutionary. It's a warm neutral palette, you know, or just a warm palette in general. But yeah, I just thought it was cute, and it's very interesting theming overall. I will say the Frankenslay palette, the packaging, fire. Okay, she's fire. So yeah. Oh, and it looks like there's even more in this collection. I'll show you guys this picture as well. There's quite a few palettes, and you know, they all look cute, but nothing that's really gonna get me to buy it, specifically because it's just such a small curated color scheme. Artist Couture is coming out with some more products. They're coming out with multi-use beauty powders. They're coming out with a Prep and Glow Blurring Perfection Primer and a silky lip oil. So the oil is the lip oil is $20, the primer is $32, and the powder is $34. So I think that the multi-use powder, I don't know how multi-use it's really going to be for me. So I would definitely have to get that brown sugar shade, which is the darkest shade. And the kind of description is that it is dark with neutral undertones. So that would probably be a really good face setting powder for me, depending on, you know, how thick it is and, you know, how good it is and what the finish is. That would probably be the only way I would be able to use it. I've already tried to play myself getting a neutral undertoned powder for bronzer. I don't know why I thought I would like it. I didn't. You guys will be seeing that later at some point. I don't know, sometime in late May. We're already in late May, sometime in June most likely. And so yeah, I'm not going to play myself with that again. So overall, that product is probably going to be an easy pass for me. The primer, I will say I am getting closer to being in the market for a primer. I am currently actually using two of my primers. I'm using my more mattifying in my T-zone, and then my Auric Glow in my outer side of my face, because I just really like the glowiness of that. And so, like, you know, eventually when I finish both of those, I will literally have no primer. I'll have a beauty oil, which I can use as a primer, but I probably honestly will move that into my skincare regimen, and that'll just be something that I put as my legit last step on my skincare when I know I'm gonna put makeup on, and just have that seep into my skin and prepped ready before I put a legit primer on top of it. But I'm getting sidetracked. I probably will not be picking this up. I don't really want to bring another primer to my collection. I really want to just work with the two that I have that are actual primers. And then the lip oil, I honestly just can't be bothered to spend $20 on a lip oil. I haven't tried any of the lip oils that have come on the market, but if I do, I'm probably gonna go for a drugstore one and just see if it's something that I'm interested in. I don't think I'm gonna be interested in it. It just doesn't seem like something that I would like. I really have been enjoying bullet products, whether it's a lipstick, lip gloss, whatever. I just really enjoy bullet products. So that's what it is. Then Morphe has come out with a new palette. What is the name of this palette? It is called the 18H Sweet on Hue Artistry palette. I think that this palette has some areas that are nice to look at and some areas that are ash to look at, and that's pretty much that's pretty much it. I think they curated this down to a 9 pan, maybe even just keeping the 9 shades on the right. I would have still been a lot more interested in this than this whole behemoth of a palette. So for me, it's going to be easy pass. And yeah, that's pretty much all your girl got. Okay, Lamar Cosmetics has shown their collaboration with the Basic Bee, and this is called the Perception palette. So this palette seems to be getting a lot of hype. I don't follow the influencer that they're collaborating with, so maybe that's kind of why I'm just sitting back here like, hi, how are you? And this collaboration, so it's $39, and you can use the code AmyLoves to get a discount off. It looks like there's some interesting textures going on in here. There may be something reminiscent of like a glitter or a metallic with like glitter flakes in there or something like that. The ones that look really foiled, I don't really know what that is. There look to be a lot of mattes, which you guys know is right up my alley. I love me some mattes. I love the depth of the mattes as well. But I have picked up, what, 2 palettes from Lamar Cosmetics, and I was not a huge fan of the formula. I thought it was okay. I really did pretty much only like the matte formula. The metallics I thought were okay because they weren't metallics, they were shimmers. And for me, if I want a shimmer, I'm not gonna buy a whole nother palette. Like, I have plenty of shimmers in my collection, so the fact that like it wasn't as foiled as I wanted it to be, it just wasn't it, sis. So I'm pretty much just gonna go ahead and pass. I'm gonna let people who are like super into the influencer and the brand get this product, review it, all of that. This is just not something for me. Something that low-key, for some reason, I'm like low-key interested in is Daisy's Baddest Cosmetics is coming out with a collaboration with Lola from Bunny and Bugs. Is that the name of it? I thought, whatever, it's Lola. Y'all know sis was from Space Jam. Okay, I just want the mirror. I really low-key just think that the mirrors are cute. That's it. That's literally all she wrote. I just low-key am interested in the mirror for some reason. Am I gonna get it definitively? Probably not, honestly. I probably will forget, let's face it. But maybe like if the packaging, if it's not too expensive, maybe. It's located in New Mexico though, so at least it's still in the US. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Local Lash Co. I've talked about this brand on and off a couple of times, and it looks like so I know I talked about this Loca blush palette, and I remember saying that it looked really nice, but that you don't need matte blushes. Tell that to me while I'm thinking about those Pat McGrath blushes. But it looks like we can see more of the products now. So it looks like they're also coming up with lip glosses, lashes, and a 4-pan eyeshadow palette. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass over the whole kit and caboodle. It's just nothing that I'm like lusting and crusting and busting over, and right now I really need to be feeling all of those things to really spend the money. I just don't got it. Something that makes perfect sense is Soul Body's coming out with a face and body makeup, so specifically foundation or whatever you kind of want to use it as. I think that this is smart. Once again, I said this right about the Revolution body product that they came out with, and I discussed that last week. I think this is really smart. I think this would also be genius for somebody who, you know, you may like to wear makeup on your body, but you also want to wear it on your face. Getting something like this and this being your only foundation type product, I think is genius. That way, you know definitively your body and your neck and your face all gonna match. Okay, there's not gonna be a question because you're gonna be using the same product all over. You see what I'm saying? I also really love that this is transfer proof. And honestly, I have a mind to try one of these products and only use it on my face, especially right now with the mask usage and all of that. I personally am probably going to continue to wear my mask longer than like is required of me, just so that I make sure everybody's safe, you know, all of that jazz. I am fully vaccinated, all that jazz. But the idea that this is transfer proof, I'm that person, right, that I can put a full beat on and then crawl into my bed to read and then forget I have makeup on, and I look like Boo Boo the Fool because there's makeup all over my clothes and my bed sheets. So this just would be nice, because then at least I know my foundation isn't gonna move. It's not gonna transfer, at least. So I'd be very interested to see reviews on this product specifically for that purpose. And then also I won't feel as bold if I wear makeup and I try and hug somebody, because you ain't never felt bold. Then when that happens and you see a person walk away with like makeup on them, I don't say nothing. I just look straight. You decided to hug me. I ain't tell you to hug me. So yeah, I'm actually interested in that. I will watch reviews and see how it works, and if it doesn't work, all that jazz. So last week we talked about Ciate London collaborating with Edna Mode and doing a bunch of different things, and one thing that was kind of the most interesting that we talked about was that they were coming out with lip powders. So it looks like they're now coming out with a whole line of them, 3 different products. Quite a few of them are nudes. I think it's cute or whatever. It's just not something for me. I'm not going to try and even pretend like it is. It's not something for me, so I am going to keep going. Huda Beauty has sneak peeked that this new collection is coming out on June 1st, and it seems to be a whole range of stuff, but I can't tell. It looks like it's also like a new thing. Okay, let me read the description. New launch derived from the glow they borrowed from their Huda Beauty complexion and the wish that made wishful skin dreams come true, launching on their website and at retailers June 1st. What is Glow Wish? It is a multitasking makeup with skincare benefits. I see. So I think what Huda Beauty is doing now is trying to reach a different audience and a different market that is not going to buy her high full coverage beat makeup from the Huda Beauty range, and also may or may not be invested in her Wish range, which is her skincare. So she's trying to kind of get that perfect median between a makeup and also skincare. And so she's created this. So there's a skin tint, which is $37. You're gonna have 13 shades to pick from. She's also coming out with a radiant bronzing powder, which is $31. There's gonna be 5 available shades to choose from. There's also gonna be a brush, $31 for that. 2 different brushes, $31 for the complexion brush, $27 for the bronze brush. The brushes don't look very intriguing, so I'm not really checking for that. The bronzer, honestly, it looks weird. It low-key looks like a highlighter. Like I'm confused, but I'm intrigued, obviously. I don't have a tinted moisturizer. I really would like to get one, but I really want to get my foundation collection down. I don't want to have as many as I have before I bring in a skin tint. So maybe if people are raving about the skin tint, but honestly right now the skin tint I'm most interested in trying is the Fenty Beauty one. Both the actual skin tint and then also her like more glowy foundation. I'm intrigued by both of those. So yeah, those are kind of the front runners for my idea of purchasing right now. But I am intrigued by the bronzing powder, which makes perfect sense. You guys know I love trying bronzers, all different things, and this is a glowy, oh, it features the smoothest and most creamy formula that effortlessly adds warmth and dimension. So it is a cream bronzer. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna pick it up. $31, that'll be fine. It'll be on Sephora. I'll get my Sephora points, all of that jazz. And I mean, I might just use a certain amount of Sephora points to get $10 off. So yeah, I will definitely be getting that bronzer as soon as it is available to Sephora. So that is that. Also, NARS has come out with some new products for the summer season. They've come out with a blush palette. This is their Orgasm on the Beach cheek palette, which they have basically all blushes. They have 5 blushes and what looks to be like a bronzer. That's not gonna do nothing for me. So yeah, I don't know, I guess I could use it as like probably like a setting powder if I really wanted to. They also might have like 2, okay, so no, let me rephrase. They have 3 blushes, 1 bronzer, and 2 highlighters. Because I can't get the most use out of all of those products, I'm sure 2 of those blushes are going to be too light for me. I'm sure 1 of those highlighters is going to be too light for me. So that means I would only be able to get 3 products to work for me. It just doesn't seem worth it. And then they're also coming out with the Jumbo Orgasm Blush for $40. Not something that I'm interested in. I know Orgasm does not work for me. I never did get around to picking up their Orgasm X blush. I wanted to try it, but I forgot. So that's fine, I don't need it. Another brand coming out with a radiant bronzer is Ciate Beauty. They're coming out with their radiant bronzers on Friday the 28th of this month. There are 25 shades, and I think this is an interesting range for what they're calling it, right? So because they're calling this a bronzer range, I think that some of them, I'm not sure they're actually going to be bronzers. They may be, but they just don't look like bronzers. They look quite cool to be bronzers, but I'm going to stay in my lane. I do see 2 shades that could potentially work for me. If we're talking from the top, 4 rows down, the second and the third from the left, those 2 shades look like they would be perfect for me. I don't know pricing or anything like that. This would have to be shipped, obviously, because it's from an indie brand. We'll see if I remember, honestly, to pick it up, if I have the money. All of that stuff kind of really comes into play, because by the time this comes out, I'll probably just honestly wait till June when I refresh my makeup budget to see if I have the money and if I'm willing to spend the money on this instead of something else that I may want to pick up. We're getting close to the end. Only 4 more products to talk about. Makeup Revolution is coming out with a CC skin tint, and I'm sure they're gonna have a cacophony of shades. Oh no, so they only have 2, 4, 5 shades. And what I appreciate about their range is that they have listed out what shade you would be based on their foundation. And in their foundation, I want to say I was 14, so I would be in the dark range, which makes sense. I would have picked the dark one out if I wanted to. I'm not really pressed to get this, but I think it would be nice. It also doesn't look like it gives you the most coverage, which is fine. I don't really need a lot of coverage in the grand scheme of things, but like, I don't know. I'm not really pressed to try this. I would love to hear if you are. Wayne Goss is coming out with a new range of brushes. It is called the Goss Edit Collection. He's coming out with 7 different brushes, and they're of course crafted by artists in Japan. This caption doesn't say the bristle type, but I want to say it's probably going to be goat hair, which makes sense. He tends to do a lot of natural haired brushes. If I can figure out what type of hair it's going to be, I will have it on the screen for you guys. And honestly, I don't want all of these brushes. I think some of the shapes are really intriguing and I would get use out of, specifically the brush 1 and 2, which are the 2 biggest ones, where you can use it for powders. I also would really love the brush 2 is for powder, cream, and liquid foundation. I would really love to try that brush. And then I would probably go for brush 4, which is the next biggest that you see in the photo, and that one is for highlighter, concealer, and eyeshadow. I probably wouldn't need that one, but the other 2 I would really want. I'm sure that this is going to launch as a set, and if it becomes available as single brushes, then I'll probably pick up the 2 that I'm interested in. I do really enjoy my Wayne Goss brushes. I know I did a review years ago at this point where I was comparing Wayne Goss brushes to Sonia G brushes, and you know, it at the time the shapes of Sonia G's brushes were just more up my alley. I will say though, since then Wayne has really been coming out with some brush shapes that I've really been enjoying. This artistry line, this large, if I had like 3, they would always be in rotation. I really enjoy this shape of it, and the application is just beautiful. This with his blush in his blush palette, fire. Okay, fire. But anyways, I'd be intrigued to only pick up 2 of the brushes from the set, so if it becomes available as singles, I will pick it up. If not, it's okay. I have plenty of Wayne Goss brushes and plenty of brushes in general. Okay, rounding out, we have a new collection from Beauty Bay, from their in-house range, and it's called the Utopia collection. So there is a pressed pigment palette, which are 8 buttery shades. They're all mattes, $10. Then you have water activated liners, which are $10. You have 4 pressed pigment pots, which are $5, and you have the 3 shimmering lip glosses, which are $20. Oh, so this pan, okay, so the 5 pan palette I thought was an eyeshadow palette. It's not, it's liners. That's actually very smart. I actually like that a lot. And yeah, honestly, out of this whole collection, that would probably be the one thing that I would be interested to pick up. I am going to wait because I think Angelica Nyquist said that she may pick this up, so I'd be intrigued to see if she does, and if she does, I'm just going to wait for her review. I still have yet to purchase from Beauty Bay, and you know, I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to rush at all. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the fact that Arod is coming out with foundation, and he teamed up with Hims to do this, and it's called the Blur Stick. It's supposed to camouflage blemishes, razor burn, dark eyes, under eye circles, all of that. Specifically, this is really being marketed towards men. There's 8 shades available and it's $17 each. I think the shade range is not enough. And I don't know who Hims is. I don't know what they are. So, it's apparently a beauty brand. I did not know that. So, I mean, I don't know. I just like, no. So for me this week, I'm standing pretty good. The one thing that I feel most confident that I'm actually going to try and pick up is actually the Huda Beauty cream bronzer. I'm actually very interested in that, and honestly, while I'm picking that up, I might go ahead and pick up her bronzer. That I never picked it up at the time because I was not into cream products like that, but clearly I am, and I would go ahead and put that in that cart too. So those are probably the two things that I'm going to pick up this week if I don't pick up the Pat McGrath blushes and anything else. We'll see. I might be picking up a mascara too. I've always wanted to try her mascara, and if I can get a sale, who knows, who knows. I would love to hear what things I talked about today you're interested in. If there's anything you're interested in, if there's stuff that you have and you're going to just use that instead, sound off down below. I would love to hear from you guys. And as always, y'all, I will see you guys in my next video. Check out down in the description box, along with all the stuff I said earlier, I also have like a world news section where I have some issues that I think are important that we should be discussing and learning more about, such as Palestine, Black Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, Pride. I need to put that down there because anyways, check out down below. Okay guys, these are things are super important, along with of course other things, but these are things that I am knowledgeable about that I would love to share with you all. I also would be very appreciative if you guys shop through my links. Those links are affiliated, so I would be getting a commission. I have an asterisk behind all of those affiliated links, and I also have my generic affiliated links with Ulta and Sephora down there as well. So if you don't want to pick up something that I discussed today, but you still want to shop, I would love it if you would just shop through those links. It really would help me to pick up more things that I'm interested in to review for you all, but I don't have the funds right now. I have too much debt that needs to get dealt with first. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, y'all, I will see you guys in my next video, which will be Wednesday, which hopefully will be my 3 looks 1 palette on this baby right here. Alrighty guys, see you later. Bye.